Hey guys, this is Brian Gray, and I'm just going to show you very quickly how you can get started with the Rebel Website Builder and start building your own websites. So after you have filled out your registration form, and you're not going to be billed until after 30 days, so you can be trying it for the next 30 days. So after you have registered, you're going to click here, and you're going to join and fill out your information. One thing that is very important is that you use the same email that you used on the registration page. So when you registered, in order to get redirected and get access to the Rebel Website Builder, you need to use the same email. That's very important, or else your account will be removed. So if you don't use the same one and then later you see this video and you realize that you created your account with the wrong email, be sure to send us a support ticket or an email and let us know so that we don't remove your site. After you have registered, then you can just sign in. So after you log in, you're going to see a screen like this. You'll have a video here that you can watch that is going to be this video, and you should have also received a link to this video in the email that you got when you first registered. So to get started, you just click on Create a Website, and you have a lot of different themes that you can choose from here. And if you want to scroll through all the popular ones, then you just click on Popular and you can scroll through them. And you can see we have a good variety of different types and styles in here. And you have all of your options for themes over here. So if I wanted to do, for instance, a wedding, then I just come to Wedding and Events, and let's just go with this one as an example. After you click it, then you'll see a preview of what the site looks like, and it will scroll up and down. You can scroll just like it's a website, and here it will show you the color schemes. And these are the additional pages that you can add. So you can add a gallery, our story 2, location, info, and you can easily add maps and anything you want. So for example, if we want to use this one, we can either click on the edit button here, or we can click on the edit button here. And now we come to this screen, which is your main editing screen and the screen where you have all of your options. So just to go across very quickly, your options up top, you have your home, and this is for the website. So if you want to duplicate the home page, you can duplicate the home page. If you want to add a new page, you simply click on Add a New Page, and then it will give you the option for choosing one of the templates or for creating a blank one. And if you'd like to add a pop-up, there's pop-ups with a bunch of different variety of types and styles of pop-ups that you can add. The SEO that is here, there is another SEO over here in settings. This SEO is the settings for just this page, so keep that in mind when you are doing your different SEO. If you would like to go back to your home page, then you can click on My Sites and it will show you all of your sites, and you can add as many sites as you want. There is no limit. Here we have the language, so there's a lot of different languages for your dashboard if English is not your first language. Then over here in Help, we have Contact Support, Tips, and the Knowledge Center. In Settings, we have SEO, which is very easy. The Pro settings, which you'll not be using unless you're doing something that requires HTML code to go in your header. And page settings are your general page settings for the general look and feel of things. So to start off just by showing you the page settings, here are the basic page settings with the page backgrounds and the menu layouts. So right now the menu is hidden, but every time you add a new page, you have the option of instantly adding that page to the menu or not. So it makes it very easy for organizing your menu. So we'll stick with the overlay for this one. Now we have our page scroll effects, and this is the effects of what's going to happen when we scroll. So If we do slide, you can see there the image slides up and in. If we do grow, then the image will grow. You can see here the same, slides up and in. So you can see how the slide makes the images and the text and everything slide up into place. Besides scroll effects, we have apps, and these are the different apps that you can add to the page. And so you have the pop-up, chat, share, a ribbon, topper, feedback, loader, snow, custom HTML if you'd like to enter an opt-in form or anything else that is custom HTML, or AdSense. If you do AdSense, then you're going to be using this custom HTML to add your AdSense. Timed pop-up and an exit pop-up. Then continuing on up top here, we have Preview Next, which will show you how your site will look on tablet and mobile. But as you can see, all the images show up pretty well on mobile. Then up top we have Save, and when you want to save it, you can just click on Save and you'll give it a name, and then it will save the site to your account. After you've saved it, then you can publish it. If you don't have a domain and you would like to buy one, we've made it very easy, so you can buy it directly through here, or you can purchase them by yourself and then connect them using this link here. If you already have a domain you'd like to use, again, you connect it here. If you don't want to use your own custom domain and you don't have a domain you'd like to connect, then you just click on this one and you'll use a free URL from rebelwebsitebuilder.com, and your site will be live, and you can give the link to people, and the people will be able to see your page even if you don't have your own domain. So you can see we've made all the settings very easy and very easy to follow. Everything from the page settings to the SEO. You can see for the SEO, you can have the page either visible to search engines or hidden from search engines. This is your title for your page, which is going to be your meta description. So when people search for it, that's going to be the title that shows up. You'll enter your keywords for your website here, each one separated by a comma, and then your description for your page here. And actually these are your keywords, not for your website, but keywords for that particular page. This is the title of that particular page that you're working on, and this is the description for that page that you're working on. Since this is the home page, that would be all of the SEO for the home page. Now if we were to add another page, so you can see right now we have our home page as the only one. Now let's add our location page. And then it says wedding location was added to your site. Would you like to add the link to your menu? And so here it is very easy to get the link in your menu. You just click on yes, and now you're going to have the link in your menu after it finished loading. And here's the link in the menu. Right now it doesn't look very good because the color's not right. So you can easily go in and edit the link by doing edit label. And then you just select your text and you can adjust the size, adjust the style, adjust the font. Here we have more fonts here that you can choose from. Choose the color. Got the black one. And right now the style of menu is one that's fixed, so that's why it'll follow people down the screen as they scroll. You can edit all of the different options about your menu. All you have to do is click here and then click on Manage Menu Buttons. Then you can do the correct order for how you want them. You can arrange them here. You can have the type here. And it's cool because it'll show you instantly how it's going to look when you click on it. So you can see it's changing each time I do it. And so you choose the style you want. Here's the settings for the spacing, which visible elements that you want for it. So right now we just have the title. If we click on subtitle, then it's going to add a subtitle in there. If we click it again, it removes whatever element it had added. So you can see here we have our logo and subtitle that we just added up there. If we click logo and subtitle again, now it removes it. If we wanted to remove that one as well, we can just by clicking it, and now we just have our menu up here. We have colors and effects here for even if you want effects for what will happen when people move the cursor over it. Everything's customizable. So I want to change the color. I can change it to anything I want. And the thing that's cool is you can always test it live. So before you continue, you can make sure it looks exactly how you want. You can change the hover and idle. Idle means when nothing's happening. Hover means when you move your mouse over it. Here's where you add your link. If you didn't add a link, you can add links to different things in the website menu here. Pro will just be the positioning. So here's the max width, the centered width, and you can, if you want to mess around with the spacing, you can, and the padding, you can do that all here. That's all inside the menu options. Another cool thing is that for any image, you can just click it and then come down to the white circle, and you have all these different options. So right now the image is on parallax, which means when I scroll, the image will stay there. See, it's on parallax. If I do fixed, it's similar. It still stays there. If I don't want that, then I just click on normal. Now it's stuck on the page just like a normal image. So you can see the difference between those, and you can see how it adds a cool effect. And it's not just for big images like that. You can also do it for these images, but it looks better when it's a big background image for parallax, because you can see here now you can't see the full image very well. It doesn't look so great. So you're not going to use that kind of effect for all the images, but if you want, you can have any image be parallax. You can add other effects if you want as well. And you just have to come down to there and do FX. And you see here we have our filters. So you can see I can add filters directly to the images inside if I want to play around with the look. Here's the opacity. If I want to change the opacity of the image on the page as well, I can do that. Hover effect. It's just different things that will happen when the mouse hovers over. So you can see we have all these different options for what's going to happen. Now here when I click right, it's actually, that's about the text coming in. Left, that's also the text. Bottom, top, shrink, and grow. So that's the effects that will happen when someone scrolls down over on the page. So if I put this clear, now there's not going to be any effects for this section. Now let's say that I had a video that I wanted to add to the background instead of this image. What I would do is I'll remove the image first and then click on this little plus sign and add a video. And look at that, I got a beautiful video background. And again, I can do that for any image. Any of these images, I can instantly change them into videos just by clicking and doing the video button. So now that we have this video, if you want to change it, you just click anywhere on it. So you can click over here, it works as well. If you click here, it's going to edit the title, because whatever you click on, that's the thing it's going to edit. So that's the nice thing about editing, because it's easy to know how you edit something. You just click on it. So you click on edit video, and if it's a Vimeo video, you enter the code here. If it's a YouTube video, you enter the code here. For YouTube videos, you're only going to enter the last part of the video in the URL. You are not going to enter the complete URL, and I'll give you an example right now. So I just paste the code in there, and it's only going to be the last letters and numbers and symbols in the URL after the last /, and you do save it, and then whatever video you had is going to appear here. Sometimes when you pull the video from YouTube, it's not going to show right away because it would take up too much resources and slow everything down too much as you're trying to edit things. So it's just going to be a frozen frame. You can see what it's going to look like after you save it, and you can do a temporary URL before you connect it to your actual domain, so you can see what it's going to look like when it's live. Besides adding video, you can add other things like links, icons, maps, dividers, and HTML. Since we're working on our wedding location page right now, let's go ahead and throw in a map. We add a new section. And down here we can see maps. So we'll go to maps. And each of these things in here, you can see we have header, projects, services. Each of them have different elements with different styles that are completely editable. And all you got to do is click add, and then it adds it to the site, and then you can edit it inside the site. So it makes it very easy regardless of what you're making. If you're making a sales page, you have all the different elements for your sales page. If you're doing a blog or a store, you have all the different elements inside here. So we'll choose our map style that we would like. And it's going to ask you if you want to use the original style. This basically means for font, the font that your site uses, or the original template style. So we'll use the style that fits the rest of the thing. And then when you click here, you can click on Edit Map. The maps are pulled from Google Maps. If you would also like to link it to something, you can. And again, we have our sections settings, where we again have slideshow. If you want to make this a slideshow, you can, but since it's a map, you shouldn't. The FX for it, so you can even have effects on your maps, which again, I don't know why you'd want that, but the option is there. And your other settings here as well. So if you want to change around the position of the box, you can. If you want to change the style between boxed and stretched, you can. If you want to have the window height here, you can do that as well. If you want this section to be bigger or smaller, it's very easy. You just click and hold it and drag it to the size that you would like. If we want to add something else to our location page, to our map page, we can just click there, and then we can click anything we want and we can add it inside. So maybe we want to add our social buttons so people can find us on Facebook. Just pick one you like, click on add, and here we have our buttons. If you decide you don't want either an item or a section, you always just click on the red button and that will delete something. So if I don't want this, then I just click it and remove it. If I want to change it, I can either replace it with something from my computer, or I can pick one of the images in the image library. So inside the image library, all of them are HD and all of them are optimized to fit well on all of the different templates. And you have your different options here. So we'll do people, since this one's about a wedding, but I'm not really making a wedding site. This is just for an example. So now we replaced that icon with this image. If we want to replace it with a GIF, we can do that as well. Just go to animated GIFs and give it a second to load. There's 18 different ones, different styles you can choose from. You might have recognized this one from our sales page. You just pick the GIF you want and then it will add it inside there. And even on the GIFs, you can also do parallax. So now we have a GIF that's parallax. And if I wanted to do a parallax GIF even for my main header or title, I can do that as well. So let's just add a real quick header so I can show you what that looks like. Let's pick this one. Actually, let's go with that one. And there we have it. Now I have a GIF header. And this one will be a video when I load it. I'll leave both of them there just so you can see what they both look like. Again, anytime I want to edit any of these, I can just click and remove or click and edit. If I want to add a link to anything, and you'll see that also anything you click on in here, you're also going to have a link option, and that's so you can link it to something, so if someone clicks on it, they'll go there. One cool thing that you can do is you can link things to a page instantly. So if you've created a page, you don't have to type in the page URL or anything. You just click on page and then you select which page on your website you want to link it to. So we have our home here and our wedding location. So if I want to link that image to location, then I just click wedding location. And now that image is linked to wedding location. The little cog here is for the setting for each of these. Each of these little sections are called a stripe. And so here are the settings for each stripe. And again, you can adjust stripe sizes by clicking and dragging like that, and you can adjust the sizes. When you do it, it'll adjust the images and the text and everything so that everything remains looking professional and in the right style. Actually, we don't need these because we already have these on the bottom. So just to show you how easy it is to remove it, you want to delete it, yes, delete, and then it's gone. So you can see how easy it is to build the site. You just add the element that you want. After you add the element that you want, then you select the type or the style that you want. And then inside you just edit each one however you want. Replace it with your own image. Use an image from the Media Center. Use a GIF from the Media Center. We have objects as well. If you want to use an object, you can insert an object. You can see what it's going to look like just by clicking, and then it will insert it, and so you can see what it's going to look like. So you don't have to click outside of this little editor. You can just see things live as they update. Okay, so here we have Larry David. If I want to change the opacity on it, because these ones are linked, these are a team, and so it's going to change the filter effect on all of them. So you can see if I go here and I change the opacity, it's going to change it for all of them so that everything remains uniform. If you want to crop an image, like if it's not fitting in the area here correctly, you can always crop it just by going down here to crop, and then you have the filters here. And again, for the filters, it's going to apply the filters across all of them. So you can see when I was doing the filter to just one of them, if it's something in a series, then it's going to apply the filter to everything in the series. And that's cool because you don't have to go into each photo and adjust the different filters like if you're building a website normally. Also, if you edit it, if you edit the text inside, you can see it edits the text across the whole row, so you don't have to later go and resize for everything. And for this whole element, it resizes all the text, so it makes things very fast when you have to change the look or feel of something. You can just change one thing and it will change it for all of them. It doesn't have to be like that, but because this is a template where everything is linked together, then we have it set up so that it'll make the changes uniformly, so you can save a lot of time when you're updating your website or if you want to tweak the different looks and feels of things. You can rearrange the order of these different stripes very easily just by clicking on up or down, whichever one you want to move up or down. So if I want to move this one all the way down, then I just keep coming down with it. And no, not at the bottom yet. I'll just keep clicking till I'm at the bottom. Almost there. Okay, there we go. So I just moved this section all the way to the bottom just by clicking on the arrows. So you can arrange the order of the different ones going here, adjust the settings on them, and this one is to copy it. You can copy a section here. When you are ready, you save it. And after you save it, now you can publish it. If you don't have a domain, you can do buy a new domain here, and you just click on buy a new domain, and then click again buy a new domain, and you enter the domain that you want here. And click on connect, and then it will ask you to purchase the domain, and this is all SSL secure. Everything is 100% secure. Each domain costs $8.95, so you can see they're not very expensive at all, and you just enter your info and continue, and you can purchase a domain that way. So we made it very easy to purchase domains. If you have your own domain, then you can come over to here, connect a domain, and enter the domain that you own already. And you click connect. I don't own this domain. It's not a real website. None of this was real. It's just a demo. But you click connect, and then it will automatically create the site, get it live, and then it will send you a link for how you can change your domain name server for your domain. And it sounds difficult, but it's actually incredibly easy, and we include a video that walks you through it. It takes like 1 minute and you're done, and then it takes about 12 to 24 hours for your new domain to propagate. There's nothing that we or anyone else can do about it. That's just the normal amount of time that it takes for a domain change to take place. And then after that, then your website will be live on your domain. In the meantime, you can always see your site. If you do the update like that, it'll give you your free site URL here. And if you don't have a domain, you can just use this one. And you can see you can either copy and paste it, or you can click it, but I'm just showing if you copy and then give it to someone to click on, it's still a live website and it still works just like normal, but your domain will not be your own. It's just going to be an extension of our Rebel Website Builder domain. But you can see the site still appears perfectly just how we made it, and everything is fine. We go over to wedding location in our menu bar up here. We can see that that functions as well. And here's the video that we put the video from YouTube URL inside of there. I just searched for HD video background, and you can find a whole bunch of different HD video backgrounds that are really cool, and you can add them anywhere in your site, or if you want to use a GIF, you can use a GIF as well, but both work fine. When you're on the site, everything will load very quickly. You can see my internet is not very fast here at all, but still everything loads very quickly, and everything works well. And you can see that took me no time at all. Of course, this isn't a serious site, but if I was making something, you can see how easy it was to do all of that. Anytime you want to make a change, you can just go back into your site, make the changes you want, but the changes won't be live until you click Update Live Site. So you can work on making as many changes as you want, but they're not going to be live and people won't see the changes until you click on this Update Live Site button. So that's also very convenient because you can completely redo a website and not have to worry about taking anything down or building it in a different location. If you've ever tried to make a site on WordPress or anything, then you'll know if you want to redesign something, it can be a complete nightmare. And this makes everything from building the website to redesigning it to editing it a cinch. Very, very easy. You save a copy of your site here, so if you want to make a copy, an exact same copy of the site, so you can try out different things, just make a copy, Wedding Craziness 2, save it. Okay, so now I have a copy of my site. If I go to Manage Sites, and I'll see Wedding Craziness 1, which is licensed. Licensed just means it's published, and even though it's not published on, this one's not published on my personal domain or any custom domain, because it is live here on Rebel Website Builder, it's considered published because anyone can view it if they have this link. So it's published and live and licensed. So it's an actual live licensed public site, even if it's on our free website. If you decide you want to delete it or edit it, you have this little option here, and same with this one. So now I made an exact copy of that site. I can go in and make any changes I want, make variations, make a different test different things, see what people like. Since it's a wedding website, you wouldn't do that, but if you're making a landing page or a sales page, then it's very interesting, even if you're making a store, just to change. Like I could change the complete look of things. So instead of having this type of layout, I could completely change the layout. I could change the order of things, the style of things, and then I can split test. So you can easily do different split tests just by copying your site. You can manage your pages and your menus from here, and even if I want to duplicate that again, I can. If I want to add the home page to the menu, I can click Add to the Menu here. If I want to add any kind of other element to the menu, just click on Manage Menu Buttons and then add a link. And then I can choose to add a page or an external link to the menu. So you can see how everything has been set up to be very user-friendly, very easy to find. Again, we have our Support Tips and Knowledge Center here. If you got this soon after our launch, then we probably don't have a whole lot in the Knowledge Center tips because we're developing that and working on that now. If you have questions, make sure you send them in to us so we can add them in the FAQ in the Knowledge Center, and so that we can give you guys some good tips for what you're using this for and how you can improve your websites. Also, check out the Facebook group. You'll have received an email with a link to our Facebook group. You can join the group and share your websites or get ideas for sites, ask questions, get support there as well. We like to help people as much as possible and make sure that you're successful and that you don't have any issues with Rebel Website Builder.